So funny. Thank you. Hello, everyone. We forgot to record. Jessica reminded me. So thank you. We are recording now. I've already said some things, but we're not going to go back. We're just going to keep going. So anyway, we're going to share my screen again, and we're just going to keep going with the announcements. So give me a thumbs up if you can see this PowerPoint again, please. Okay, cool. All right, so Hocus Pocus Challenge we just talked about, that is ongoing. Make sure that you are getting people into that group for the rest of the month, as well as I know several of us. Brittany, I think I have decided I'm going to do the work with you. I think Laura is going to do it too. So some of us are going to finish Morning Meltdown this month, and we're going to maybe do the work starting on the 4th. We'll see. I might throw up. But anyway, that program scares the crap out of me, but I'm super excited about it. And I've been doing doubles with Morning Meltdown, so I'll be ready to do the work. Maybe we'll see. I might just have to mute him and just play music. But anyway, all right. So that we'll have more info about November coming up soon. If you guys have any ideas about things, I always love to hear them. I kind of just make up stuff as we go. So if you have any ideas, please share them with me. Anything you want to do. I am thinking about coming up with some sort of a post-Halloween sugar detox free group, as well as people could do a 3-day refresh instead. But it does take about 5 to 7 days to ship. So we want to make sure, yes, 3-day refresh. And so we might talk more about that toward the end of the month. But something else I forgot to put on here, guys, is peppermint mocha. We'll talk more about that in the team page. I'll create an email again, like I did for pumpkin spice, but you guys can send that to people as well as talk about it. But peppermint mocha Shakeology is the first time it's ever been released, and it will be limited edition, and it probably will sell out. If it's anything like pumpkin spice last year, it will probably sell out super fast because it was brand new. This year they did get more pumpkin spice, so there is still some more left, and they did change the shipping so that now it's only $6.95, even if like per shipment. It doesn't matter if it's per 1 or 2 or 3. So peppermint mocha will be really exciting. I'm stoked about that. I'm gonna get like 5 boxes because I love peppermint mocha, and it's gonna be limited edition. So sneak peek with Brittany next week. We talked about that really quickly, but that'll be the same thing. We'll do a webinar, a live webinar via Zoom that will stream into the Facebook page. It's something that we bought for the month for the team, which I think is kind of cool. It's just a different way of streaming into the Facebook page, because sometimes it's really scary for people to hop on Zoom, right? It's scary for them to like be on and be like, I don't even know what this is, and now there's 4 people talking to me about things, and I just want to be in the comfort of my living room, right? So that's why we're going to do these this way for a while. Okay, National Wake Up Call every Monday. Tomorrow's is going to be really good from what I hear. I read about the girl, and I'm really excited about tomorrow's Wake Up Call. So make sure you are catching that live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time via Facebook, TBB 411, or you can watch listen to the podcast at your convenience. I usually do that. You can also go back and listen to any of them from like a long time ago. So sometimes if you just need something in your ear to listen to, all of those things are great. There's some really great National Wake Up Calls. I have a goal that I want to speak on one day, so we will see. Okay, so free fall recipe swap group. I'm really stoked about this. We came up with the idea last month, and I was trying to figure out what to do exactly. And I don't want to overwhelm people. I also don't want to give too much away for free because I spend a lot of time on these groups. But we decided to do a fall recipe swap group. So basically, tomorrow will be Crock-Pot and Instapot. I will start a thread, and I will put a couple in there. I'll just Google some things and things that I love, and you guys can all share in there too. That is in our free community. If you're not part of that, I think I put the link in the team page, but make sure you get in there. And then all week, we're just going to share a bunch of recipes, but each day is kind of like a theme. So people can Google and put one in, or they can put their favorite in or whatever, and I'll make sure I put a ton of info in there too. So if you guys all picked like one, you just took like 5 seconds and went on Google and was like, Crock-Pot recipe, and then you shared it, that'd be great because it would show like some more community and engagement, right? We want to give a lot of value for free. But we also want to kind of show the community even within these free groups, all right? So that will start tomorrow. That will run for 1 week, for 5 days. And again, people can get in there anytime throughout the week and just be like, hey, you can catch up and check out all the recipes, and you'll be a part of the free community. It's just our healthy community. And then Rise and Energize. I've already gotten some orders, which I'm super stoked about, guys. I made sure I ordered enough Energize. But if you have anybody who's at all interested in trying Energize, this Rise and Energize challenge is going to be really, really fun. It's basically, I'm going to make a PDF with 5 free workouts. It'll be like the free links for them to do workouts. They don't have to do that. It's just something that we're giving them as like a bonus. I might put together something else in there, like maybe a couple recipe tips or something, but it'll be like a PDF that you'll send to your people. But they need to pay $10 because I'm shipping them 3 samples of Energize, and they'll get that probably within like 3 or 4 days. So we need to have their orders in, preferably tomorrow by the end of the day, or Tuesday at the latest. So I can go to the post office and mail those out. Again, they get 3 samples of Energize. They can, in the form that I created, they get to choose. They get to put their address. They get to choose which one they want. And you can send them that form and make sure they fill it out so that I have their address and everything. So that's just a simple way to, showcase this for people and let people try Energize, because a lot of times people don't want to fully commit to something like that, but then they might try it and be like, wow, this is the best thing I've ever had. I want more. In the future, you could always do this kind of a challenge yourself. Like if you wanted to get like 1 box of the sticks and just have, and be like, if anybody ever wants to try this, if anybody's interested but they don't want to commit, you can say, well, do you want to try it? I have this $10 option. And then you can do that yourself, right? That's always something that you can do, kind of super simple. But we are doing it as the team, and I'm taking care of all of the shipping and everything. So just invite a couple people that might be interested. All right. And then Dash to Diamond. This is going to be an application only group. Okay. So I want people who want to get to Diamond. And it doesn't have to be that you get there or not in the amount of time that we're going to do it. But if you're at all interested in maybe pushing toward that goal, just apply, right? We'll have a form that'll be in there tomorrow or the next day. It's going to be like a 4 to 5 week group. I haven't decided yet. I might just make it 4 weeks, but it's basically pushing up until the 22nd of November, because that's our qualification deadline to qualify for whatever we want to be by the end of the year as a team. Right now, we are a 2-star qualifying Diamond team, which is pretty amazing. We're really close to Premier. And if we lock in Premier, we could even push toward Elite, actually, if we could get, even further. So that's why I want to make sure that I don't want to give a lot to people who aren't ready for it. But if it's something you're interested in, you can apply and get in this group. It'll be the same sort of pot. Emily just won $200 by getting to Diamond within this last 6-week push, which is pretty exciting. So the next one will be great too. It's a ton of info. We have guest speakers, things like that. But I do want to help people get to Diamond. You can do it in 30 days. It really can happen like that. I did it in 30 days. I built my spouse account in a 6-week push group. Now I've lost that. I'm rebuilding it. But it's the type of thing that, you can do. And if you're interested in it, that's where your business really starts to blow up, is getting, from Diamond to 1 to 2-star. That's where everything really starts to multiply. So if you're at all interested in taking that step, you could end the year as a Diamond coach, which would be phenomenal and really blow up your business too. So more info to come on that in the team page. Next is, I'm going to take a drink. Sorry. I talk really fast. I'm sorry. All right, shout outs. Okay, guys. So Coach Spotlight for last month is Danielle. I know she said she had to hop off and go to work, but I'm super, super, super proud of this girl. She showed up like no other over the past couple of months. And it's just because of her consistency that she is seeing the results, because I had her go live in the team page, or she recorded a video about how the tracker has been game changing for her. And it shows in her numbers, it shows in her income, it shows in her building a team. It really does matter. It's a simple tracker, guys. Just print it out. You can, there's actually an app too, which I didn't know. A coach created an app. So if you're more of an app person, I'll try to find the details. And then you can screenshot and put your check-ins weekly in the page. But if you're someone who says you really want to work and then you come to me and you're like, it's not working, I'm going to say, are you working? Show me your tracker, right? And this is just a way that we can push, right? It just helps you be like, oh, I have to check into the groups. Great, check, I did that. And it just keeps you on track, right? It's the whole point. So I urge you to do the tracker. It's why she's successful right now. But she crushed it last month. She was at SC10, which I'm super proud of her for. She's building a team. She's actually very close to Diamond as well. So I'm really excited for her. So she is the Coach Spotlight for last month, and I look forward to seeing her grow even further. So shout out Danielle, super proud of you. SC10 last month. Brittany was SC18. Danielle was SC10. So Brittany crushed it, and Danielle was on her team. So obviously you can see that was, leading from the front. So that was amazing. So proud of you both. Myself and Laura were at SC6. And then we have Rachel, Emily, Natasha, Rachel, Courtney, and Shauna all bringing it in on the board. Rachel was an SC4, and everyone else had 2 points on the board, which is amazing. So proud of you guys. Helping change one life is amazing. That really is awesome. So just remember that. It doesn't always have to be, being SC 50,000. It doesn't matter. I will say that, hi, Cece. I will say that being consistent with hitting Success Club, if you really do want to build a business, getting to SC6 and trying to make that your goal every month, that's just a qualifying thing that the company says, this is what the top coaches did, so it works. So it's more of like a, just a benchmark, and that's also how you earn the free trip. So if you can get SC6 every month and you've committed to doing that, that's how you can earn a free trip once you get off the wait list. And also that's how you just, really start to help people. So, and then shout out to, from September, Rachel advanced to Emerald, Brittany advanced to Team Builder, which is amazing. That's what's called the Leadership Ladder, the Road to Elite. It's Team Builder, Team Leader, Premier, and Elite. Those are 4 different stops along the road. And it's just amazing to get to even Team Builder. I was a team leader last month, which is super exciting that our team is that. And then, pardon me, we're pushing toward Premier right now as a team, and then maybe even Elite. So that's what that means, and it's super awesome. It just means that she's showing up and doing all of the work and helping a lot of people and also building a team. So shout out. September was a rock star month. Okay, so next we have last week. Shout out to Courtney Miller and Natasha Fuller for getting to Emerald. This is so exciting. I'm so proud of both of you ladies. And both of you are just showing up and crushing your personal journeys more than anything. And that is amazing. And I'm so proud of you for that, because I've seen both of you show up on your stories, show up in our challenge groups, and you're showing up for yourself and people are watching you. Natasha mentioned that on the sneak peek tonight. And that is exactly what you're supposed to do. So I'm so proud of you ladies. Really great job with this. Emerald is the stepping stone, but it is not a stop along the way. You are meant for so much more. So let's just keep going and just keep leading with love and showing up. So I'm so proud of you guys. The next one is, we're going to talk about the October leaderboard real quick. October leaderboard right now is Laura Martin and myself are at SC4. Brittany Ganoa is at SC2. Danielle is at SC2. Emily is at SC2. Courtney is at SC2. Courtney Miller. Stacy, I love this last name. Petersheim, I guess. I love that. I think it's Shime, right? Because I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And then Shauna is at SC2. So shout out to everyone who's on the board so far. It is only October 13th. Everyone can be on this board by the end of the month by helping at least one person. So let's make this board even bigger. Let's help at least one person this month. If you didn't see my live video the other day, everybody on this team matters. So you staying active, right? So being an active coach is 50 PV. If you want to be an active Emerald, Diamond coach and beyond, you have to have more PV and to get 6 customer leads and stuff, but 50 PV keeps you active. So if you're even just like a discount coach on the team, or, you're just kind of like a hobby coach, you matter to our team getting further, right? So I had to reach out to a couple of my people who, were supposed to order on like Friday. And I was like, can you place your order on Wednesday instead? Because we needed enough active coaches to be a 2-star qualifying team. So everybody matters. All of you guys showing up and being active as a coach, as well as helping 1 to 2 people a month, really helps our team advance and get more and more and more access to leaders and calls with the company, corporate reps and things like that. So it's really awesome. So I'm really proud of you guys. Let's keep that going. Next is something that I am so excited about. Emily Smith is a diamond coach on our team. I am so freaking proud of you. This has been a long time coming. You've been working so hard for this. Emily was a diamond when she was a coach before she had to back away a long time ago. And I knew that it was going to happen anytime. It's just been, the best thing watching her though, and watching her actually have 2 ladies who are doing this with her. And it's just amazing. And I love that. Like, we can build ourselves, right? Like, I built myself to diamond, and I built my spouse's account to diamond, and it was a crumbly diamond. It was hard. And right now I'm excited that we are a 2-star qualifying team. Like, I'm proud of myself as well, guys, and you guys, but I can't do it without you. So we are a 2-star qualifying team, which means Emily is a part of that. Brittany is a part of that. Natasha, Courtney, Jessica, everybody's on here, right? Everyone is a part of that team, and we are doing amazing things, and I'm super, super stoked about that. So let's keep that going, and let's just keep building each other up and trying to progress. Emily, I'm so proud of you. You're amazing. And now we have more things to come. I'm so excited for you. This is just a stepping stone on the road to 2-star and above. So I'm so proud of you. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. That's all for shout outs and stuff for now. If anybody who is a coach on here, I mean, you all are, if anybody wants to say anything or shout anybody out specifically, please, please, please go ahead and unmute yourself or say it, and we can do that because I don't want to miss anything. There's a lot. And then somebody said, thanks, Natasha, download. Okay. Yes. And it's in the, SE BAT. Oh, see, I didn't even know there was an app. Look at that. And then, yes. And if you want to get the, what's it called? The tracker in the team page, you can get that too. It's a PDF in the team page, so you can find that. Okay. So we have a lot going on, right? So the team is exploding. There's a lot of amazing things going. There's momentum. Look at this cute team shirt. We're going to do things again. We have a lot coming up. We do want to plan a retreat in the late winter, like early spring, which will be like a diamond retreat / emerald retreat, which we'll get some emeralds there too. So more to come on that as well. But we're excited about this team blowing up, and I'm so proud of each and every one of you. But what I want you to focus on is whatever you want to focus on. There's a lot going on in the team right now, right? So there's sneak peeks, there's the free recipe group, there's the Rise and Energize, there's getting people started on their healthy journey. What do you focus on? Whatever you want to post about. I try to dribble everything in throughout the week, right? So I knew that the last 2 days I was going to focus on coaching because we had the coach sneak peek tonight. And then so tomorrow I'm going to talk a lot about the Rise and Energize again. And I'm going to talk more about getting people into the recipe group. And I'm going to be sharing recipes in my stories so that people can be like, oh, wow, that one looks great. I'm like, well, if you want more, hop into this free community, right? So there's a lot you can focus on, but I urge you to focus on your stories as well. Something that I've been experimenting with on Instagram specifically is you can look at your insights if you have a business account. If you don't, you can change it to business. It doesn't really do much except it gives you insights, right? So when I look at my page, I can look at the times that people are looking at my page. So I'm like, oh, well, people are always looking between 3 and 9 for some reason. That's like more like when people are looking at mine. So I was like, I need to stop posting at 9. Maybe I'll start posting between 3 and 9. And it's been getting better reach. And then also, I've been posting more pictures of my husband and I and my own before and afters, because those are the ones that do well on my page. And I was like, well, if those are the ones that are doing well, why am I trying to do something different? Like, why am I like, here's me with my water? No, like, do what's working. So I'm just like making my page pretty much all of that. And then the captions sometimes have something to do with it, or whatever I want to talk about. More people are reading them. I'm getting more likes. I'm getting more traction. And I'm treating my stories like the backstage, right? Like the back, the backstage access and like seeing my life. So I don't want it to be like, just the highlight reel, but that's what's really good for your page is people are going there and they're seeing these pictures. Maybe you're posting every 2 days, right? Maybe you don't post every day. I urge you to try that, but maybe it's every 2 days you put something up, but you put more time and effort into that, but you're always on your stories, because stories right now are huge. And I wanted to just give you a couple tips for just creating better stories and getting more traction on your stories. And then that's what we'll end with tonight, okay? So Instagram stories, obviously you can use locations. You can hide the location so people don't have to see it. You can have it out there. I've read recently that hashtags in stories, you can use up to 10, but I read recently that if you use 1, the traction is way better because it's just 1 that is there. So if it's like, if you're doing a core workout, hashtag core workout, those hashtags can be way more broad than the ones you use in your page. Because the reason for that is like, if you put, booty workout, anybody who's looking at that, right, that's good. You'll get more traction that way versus the people when you put like, workout, hashtag workout in your regular page, like on your regular pictures, that's not going to bring anybody to your page. It's just too broad. It's not going to do anything. But if you use the more broad ones in your stories, like still try to make them a little bit niche down, but you're going to get more people. And I read that 1 hashtag is really, really good for your stories. So maybe try that. Maybe try, whatever workout you're doing or tagging the locations of where you're at, especially if you're eating at a restaurant or at a park or something, because I hashtag chocolate now, hashtag veggies and hashtag chocolate on all of my Shakeology things. And I get probably 30 to 40 extra viewers on those because of hashtag chocolate. I don't know why. It just works, right? So just try different things and have fun with it. That's the other thing is we got this advice about 6 months ago, and I think it changed my business and our team as well. And I want you guys to take this is have fun, find the fun. So if you don't like the Triller app, don't use it. But if you find it fun and you want to try it, and maybe you're a goofball like us, like some of us that are using it, and you just have fun with it, then use that. But find the fun, right? So people like want to see you having fun and they want to see you. So if you're not having fun, people can see right through that. So on your stories, I urge you to, use different things like the locations, a hashtag or two here and there. Also the fun GIFs. So like you can get like different stickers. So I experiment with, if I'm putting workout 1, like if I'm doing 2 workouts, I type in the word workout and then I steal the word workout from one of the GIFs instead of just typing it out. Just makes my stories more interesting and fun, and it's not the same thing all the time that they're seeing everywhere. So you can experiment with all of the different filters. Another big thing is captioning. So if you're talking, also shout out to Brittany for talking on her Instagram the other day. I was like, look at her. Because I feel like she's very good about like posting her workouts and like, typing things and stuff like that. But she was like talking and I was like, yes, that's going to boost your algorithms and people are going to watch you. Another tip though, Brittany, is try captioning. So apparently what they're saying with stories right now is that a lot of people are watching when they're not allowed to listen, right? Or when they can't listen. So they're just watching and they're going through, and when they just see your lips, they're like, I don't know what that is. But if you caption it and you're like, you just write like a couple words about what you're saying. So maybe you're saying, we have this free recipe group starting tomorrow. If anybody wants to let me know. Or maybe then you write that, like free recipe swap group. Let me know if you want in. And then just put it down at the bottom or put it up at the top or whatever. But caption kind of what you're saying so that people can read as well as listen. Because also a lot of people are both like auditory and visual learners. So like they'll read it and watch and listen. So they're like, oh, I see what she said and I heard it, but I wasn't really listening, but I read it. So just try that. Captioning is supposed to be really good. And then you can do as many or as little as you want, but I would give yourself a goal, right? So maybe you say, if you're brand new to Instagram and you don't do it very often, maybe you say, I want to do 5 a day. Maybe you say you want to do 10. I say if you can do 8 to 10, that's amazing. That's going to make your stories blow up. It's going to be seen. Now, if you can spread it out throughout the day, the algorithms are in your favor because you're going to start popping up all the time. So you're going to be the person that's always in the front because you post it throughout the day. Sometimes we get busy and we have to post everything in the morning or at night or whatever it is, and that's fine. That's still good. But if you post throughout the day, it's really going to keep boosting you in that algorithm so people are going to see you. And it's doing something different now with like when people go to hashtags and stuff, you can watch, you'll just start being like pushed to other people's stories. I've ended up in people's stories before and I'm like, how did I even, what is this? I don't understand what's happening. I'm watching this random person's story. I don't even know how this rabbit hole happened. So captioning is really big, and then making sure that you are trying to post throughout the day. And your stories are you. So just have fun with them and just, try new things and show up as authentically as yourself as you can, because you don't need to be me. You don't need to be Emily. You don't need to be Brittany or whoever else. Don't be anyone else. Try to be you. You can watch other people. Sorry, my nose is like really itchy. I just keep like itching my nose. You can try to be, if you like something that someone does, yeah, take that and go with it. Like Brittany does some of like, well, I don't know if she's doing lip sync anymore because she kept getting like kicked out. Brittany was like lip syncing to songs and they kept like blocking her. They were like, nope, you can't do that. But everyone else does it. I don't know why they hated you, Brittany. But anyway, so you can try new things and you can steal from people like things that you like, because guess what? I guarantee you that most people so Brittany follows Raina, and I love Raina too. I love her stuff. I started doing accountability mirror every day because the scale was really messing with my mind, and Raina does the accountability mirror. And I was like, that's actually a really good idea. Like I could just do that every day and kind of just like make that my journey and sharing with people. Like today I was like, I had tacos and booze last night, feeling a little bloated, but still seeing progress. Right. So people are now watching that, and it's just something that I do. Right. So now people are waiting for that. As well as the Triller videos. So just find something, have fun with it. Maybe you do a quote every morning. Maybe that's your thing, right? Maybe you, if you do some personal development in the morning, you always share something from your personal development. And that's another thing, guys. My push coach said this to me and I was like, that's so true. If you ever come or go to your coach or say to yourself, I have nothing to talk about, are you doing personal development? Because your personal development every day should give you something to talk about. That's another reason why we do it. It makes you better. You'll hear one little sentence that speaks to you, and maybe that's a quote or whatever it is. But if you are doing personal development, you will always have something to talk about, and you'll always be getting better. So just a caveat. Somebody said that to me, and I was like, that makes sense, because I've said that before. I'm like, I don't know what to post about today. I'm like, well, did I do my personal development? No. Okay. So that's some tips on stories. It's, same old, same old. There's really nothing like changing right now with them. But just be consistent with them if you can. So if you can say 5 is good for you, then do the 5 or 6, right? Do whatever you can, but tell yourself whatever your goal is for it. Natasha does really well with her outfits. I love it. I'm always like, yes, people are probably waiting for that, right? People are like, oh my God, I love seeing the outfits that she's wearing every morning. And she'll put like, should I wear this? And then Laura does Stitch Fix. That's another one. Like people are always waiting for her Stitch Fix stuff. They get to vote on it. Like just find something fun and make it happen, right? Or I don't know, polls are great, obviously, but you have to train people. So if you put up a poll and no one says anything, have you ever put up a poll before? That's okay, learn from it. Maybe it's not always health and fitness, right? Like yesterday I did vodka or gin. Sorry, but I mean, we were out and I was like, which one do you like? And everyone voted vodka, which I don't like vodka. So I was like, what are you doing? But anyway, my people vote on stuff like that. And then I'll put up something like one of Join My Next Boot Camp and I get like 2 people. And I'm like, what happened to the 37 that voted on the vodka? You know, but you have to kind of train them. So those 2 people that do vote were trained, right? I ask them to vote. I want them to say things. I oftentimes put things like, the question sticker, like here's 3 things I'm grateful for today. Comment below 1 thing you're grateful for. That's awesome. You can also use the question thing to your advantage of being like, ask me anything about a coach. And then you can actually write your own questions. I've mentioned this, but I love that. I think it's really funny. You can be like, how much do you make as a coach? Or how do you make money? And then you can be like, oh, good question. And then you just answer your own question, right? So there's just a lot of fun things you can do with it. That little slider, like, do you like this outfit? Or, glasses or contacts today. Like, do silly things. It doesn't always have to be just health and fitness, right? Like, it shouldn't be. I think you should treat it as like a little bit of a journal, your own journal. Like, I did my workout, check, it's here. You see it every day. I show up, I'm showing up, right? Because you want them to see that. It doesn't always have to be a video. It doesn't always have to be a picture, a sweaty selfie. It can even just be, got my workout in, didn't want to, but treat it kind of like that, right? How do you answer questions? I've never tried that. So Natasha, if you put the question thing, ask me anything about whatever. And then once you go through your stories and see who's watching them, you'll see the answers to the questions. They'll show up there. And they'll also show up in like your, like when you like look at your notifications, you can see them there too. But then you can say respond and you can share, like, so then I could be like, I could share a picture of me or a video of me talking and being like, oh yes, the answer to your question is blah, 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 blah. And then at the bottom of the screen is the question they asked. So it doesn't show who said it. It's like secret, right? So it doesn't really do anything. So if you want to put one up tonight, I'll respond and show you. Or whatever. But yeah, you can ask random questions. I always like to do the fun things though too, like what are you grateful for? Comment below, because people like that. It's simple. So you did it. Yeah, see? So questions are fun. And I think that's it for what I was going to say about stories. Do you guys have any questions about stories or, anything about Instagram or anything that I can maybe help you with? Because I do want to help you guys all. I know it's a little overwhelming. Like when I started, I had 0. Emily, go ahead.
So I am working on, it doesn't really have to do with stories or posting or anything like that, but unfollowing people, because I have a ton of people who I have followed but aren't following me back.
Yep.
And I tried like an app to get rid of some, and it worked one time and now it won't work again. Are there any apps that like you've used that work really well, or do I have to go through and like individually unfollow every person that's not following me?
I would say one day, maybe you decide that one day you want to do, 1 day a week you're going to unfollow. That's going to be your day of unfollowing, and you just spend 10 minutes doing that. There are apps I've used. I think it's called IG Cleaner or something, okay. But I don't recommend third-party apps anymore because I'm so nervous about them, because they really do like hurt your algorithms. Like Instagram doesn't like third-party apps anymore. There's another thing going around right now where you can like basically use an app or like an assistant to like watch people's stories. So like there's a top coach in the company right now that's watching everyone's stories, but we're all like, we know you're not watching our stories. And it's been like the topic of conversation because we're all like, we know that you're not watching this. So there's like this new app, but there is an app for Cleaner, and I'm actually thinking about doing it too because I do follow so many people every day. I actually follow between 25 and 50 new people a day. And I literally don't even, I was being very specific for a while, and now I'm just like, oh, they're friends of friends, and I look and I see like one thing about them that I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. And sometimes it says request it, and I don't go back for a while, right? I just kind of leave it alone. And then sometimes I'll go through and I'll do like the who's not following me thing, and I'll just unfollow them, and I spend 10 minutes being like, I'm gonna get 20 or 30 done. But I mean, that's the way I've grown almost 1,000 new people in the past couple months, is by doing that. Because then they follow me back almost always. If there's someone that really vibe with, of course I do like the 3, 2, 1, like I like a bunch and I comment and stuff like that. But generally, almost all those people who start following me, then they start watching my stories, and then they're exposed to everything. So I'll try to find what app I used and see if it's still in working. I might use it too a little bit. I'm just so nervous about third-party apps now because I bought followers a long time ago, and then it took me almost a year to get rid of them because they were terrible. They were hurting everything because they weren't real people. They were like bots, and it just hurt all of my stuff. Like my Instagram algorithm like sucked. I was getting like 5 views on my picture, and I had like 7,000 people, and I was like, what? So then I had to like get rid of all of them. So I went through a bunch of stuff with that. But third-party apps are just like not really that awesome. But the cleaner one I think might be okay to just unfollow people as long as you're not using it for other things too. So
yeah, that's all I want to do. Like, because I have way too many that I'm following that aren't following me back, and I just need to just get those numbers a little closer together.
yeah, I'll see if I can find the app. But then also maybe like you do just take one day and do it, and then.
And that's what I was doing today. I went through and just like unfollowed a bunch of people that just,
yeah, I'll see, and I'll also ask around in like my groups that I'm in of like what people are using for that if they are. Natasha says, do you message everyone you follow or do you just follow them? When I do just follows, I do 2 different things. So I do new contacts every day and I do new follows. That's personally what I do. So what I do for new follows is I just follow a bunch of people in hopes that they're going to follow me back, right? So I don't even really like go through and look at them very much. I'm just like follow. I go through and I pick for certain reasons. So I get a group of guys that are in some sort of a, niche that I'm in, and then I'll get girls for the day, women. And I do that every day and I do about 50. And then that's how I grow my Instagram because maybe half of them will follow me back. And then I do have to go through eventually because you don't want to follow all these people that don't follow you. And then new contacts, I try to do 10 new conversations a day. And what I do with that is those are people that if they're watching my story or I've never said anything to them before, or if I run out of people, then I start going to like a hashtag and I'm like, oh, well, they use the same hashtag as me, like, adoption or whatever, because we're thinking about adopting. And I'll like go through and I'm like, oh, your family's so cute, right? I'll send them a message and I'll like a bunch of their pictures. That's a really super easy like starter, right? Because then people are like, oh, thank you so much. And then we're like acquainted. So then they start watching my stories. They're in my store. That's what I always say, right? When they're watching my stories and liking my post, they're in my store. So then when I go to invite them to a group, I'm just like, oh, I don't know if you'd be interested, but I have this coming up. You know what I mean? So I do message about 10 people a day. That's my 10 new conversations. But I just follow a bunch of people to get them to follow me back. Are you typing something else? Okay. If anybody else have any other questions? She says, how do you find people to start combos with that don't already have thousands of followers? The algorithm puts popular people towards the top. Yeah, so I specifically go to certain hashtags and locations. So like the one I did the other day was Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway. And I went and I like looked at, like, you can go to recent versus, so there's 2 different ones when you go to a hashtag or a location. There's recent and then there's, I don't know what the other one is, most popular, whatever it is. But that one's the one that's like people who have a ton of stuff. The most recent, you can be like, oh, well, okay, great. That person saw Harry Potter and the Cursed Child today. And you're like, oh, that person looks like they like vibe with me. And then you look at their page like, oh, that's a great person. You got it, Natasha? Cool. Okay. So that's a new way to like find people too. I love going to like random things that I like, right? So other hashtags too, like, or if there's like so I always talk about booze. So we really like IPAs. So like when we go to like a brewery or something, I can go, because they almost all have hashtags, like locations and hashtags. So you can like go to those places and find people. I use usually 1 or 2 hashtags a day, and that's where I find my 10 new conversations every day. Takes me about 20 minutes, but those are people that are, I think, going to be my people, right? So I do that probably 5 days a week. And then at the end of the month, that's like 100+ new conversations that I have going. So it really does add up fast. Excuse me. Any other questions about Instagram, stories, anything like that? No, we're good. You guys can always ask in the team page too, and I'll try to answer any of them. Or if you want to do, if anybody ever wants to do like a one-on-one audit, I'm not like an Instagram king or anything, but I could try to help you as much as I know. I've taken a lot of courses and I always am trying to learn, but I could do like an audit with you as well. And we can look at like what maybe you could try for the next week or 2. And we can also do that with your conversation. So if you ever are like, I just am getting stuck with this, I don't know what to do, we can do like an audit with your messages too. I'm actually doing that with top leaders in the company right now for my own conversations, because what's been working for me for 3.5 years is starting to slow down, it seems like. And I was like, well, what am I doing differently? Like, I want to know, is there something I'm saying that's different? So I'm actually working with some top leaders to like look at each other's conversations and see like what's really working. So that's why I'm always trying to learn more stuff. But if you ever want to do like an audit of your Instagram or your messages, just let me know, and I will totally make time to do that with you. Okay, if you guys don't have any more questions, and that's all I had. I just wanted to give you some like tangible things. I do want to urge you to, since this is a quicker call and we still have about 20 minutes left of the hour that we would generally use, I urge you to go send like 5 invites to something. Super simple. Maybe you use the Hocus Pocus one. Brittany, I'll get to you. Or maybe you use, I just see your finger. Or maybe you do the Rise and Energize or something like that, right? I urge you to go send 5 invites. Brittany, do you want to go?
Yeah. So this has nothing to do with social media, but it's just something that I started doing, especially like for newer coaches. If you keep track of like when you sign somebody up, so I'm actually going back to November of 2018 to my people that I signed up, because a lot of times they will cancel and then re-sign with the challenge pack. So then you get those SD points again. I've actually already had 2 people. Well, one I have the link sent out, and the other one is going to do the same thing as well. So I should have, 2 returning customers, but I'll get those points again. So just an idea for people just starting out, because I didn't think about doing that.
Yeah, and you can always, I love that because that's a tracking system and I love that, but you can always also go into your back office somehow and track that too. There's different ways to do that, but you can go into like whose bod is expiring. Like you can see who has bod, and you can see, because that's a great idea. If somebody's Beachbody On Demand is expiring, getting them a challenge pack is the best option, because they get Shakeology or Performance Line for like $50. Today I had someone message me and it's a girl that used to be a coach on our team, and I'm hoping she's going to come back. She signed up today and she was like, I just went on demand. And I was like, okay, so what are you doing for nutrition right now? And she's like, I already have Shakeology. And I was like, I know, but let's talk. What are you doing? And we chatted it up, and I was like, are you interested in Energize or Performance Line? Because literally it's $50 extra versus, 100 or whatever. I was like, if not, maybe I'll buy it from you because I always need it. So maybe I'll buy it from you. But what do you think? And she's like, actually, I've been wanting to try Energize. I was like, great, let's do it. Don't be afraid to upsell people. Sometimes I start with the Beachbody On Demand. I'm like, great, $99. That's what it is. That's awesome. Now let's figure out if you need anything else, because I create the best cart for you. And I've been sending people that picture. And I say the fitness nutrition bundle, I think, is the best one. It's in the team page. You guys can use it. It's $150, or you can get some things a la carte, but it just shows how much you save money. And I've also been breaking down that like my coaching is usually $200 for a month. So they get that for free, because I feel like it is worth that now. You know what I mean? So I've been saying different things. Like I'm like, you get my group, which is like a $50 value and I kind of tell them what the value is. So I'm like, Beachbody On Demand, $99 value. Shakeology, $130 value. My Hocus Pocus group, $50 value. My ongoing coaching for the entire year, if you need it, $200 a month value. And then blah, 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 meal plans, and then stuff like that. And then at the end, I say all of this would be well over $500+, but with this package, you can get it for only $150. Isn't that amazing? And most people are like, that is so worth it. Holy crap. Even if they can't do it, it does put it into their mind that there is a lot of value there, right? Because that's what we want people to think. We don't want them to think like, oh my God, you're just trying to sell me all this stuff. No, we're trying to give you the best solution. And if you don't get, the bundle, that's fine. Like I did a free trial too. I almost never do free trials, by the way. So just so you guys know, I like them. It's a great option for our free groups. That's usually when I use them. But if somebody wants bought, I'm like, you're not going to put any skin in the game. Almost every single person I've ever had get the free trial never does it work out. And I'm like, oh, how was that free trial? Oh, I didn't get to it yet. I'm like, that's because you didn't put any money in. It's free stuff is great, but if you don't put any skin in the game, you're not going to use it. So oftentimes I'll tell them there's a free trial, but it's free for 2 weeks and then it's $39 because that's what's going to happen anyway. And then I'm like, but if you're really interested in it, there's a 30-day money back guarantee and you can get $99 bod. Also, as a reminder, guys, I just found this out recently. We get 40% commission on those. I don't know if you guys knew that. I just found that out. So if somebody gets Beachbody On Demand for $99, you get $38. You get 40% commission. I did not know this in 4 years of coaching, 3.5 years of coaching. We get 25 to 40% commissions. And I didn't realize that because the subscriptions are 40% commission. So the subscription for bot, and that's awesome. And I think they're coming out with some new stuff. Carl's been hinting there's another new program that they haven't released yet that's coming out, because he said that Morning Meltdown stage is getting transferred into this new program. So I don't know what's happening. And then Bar Blend is coming out too in January. But they're doing some sort of a new commercial that's going to be going out with talking about bod. And basically he thinks that everybody in the entire world should have bod on their TV, because if they, can't go to the gym, then they can work out at home. And it's kind of a great idea, right? That you don't have any excuse to not go to the gym. So bod is a great option, but I always try to upsell because I do want them, if they're ever going to be interested in Shakeology or Performance Line, they're going to pay double if they don't get it now. So that's what I always say to people. Brittany, I love that though. That's a great idea, is going back to your people. I just signed, the person I just signed up today, she was like my second coach I ever signed up ever, like 3 years ago. So you can always go back and talk to people, because people go through different seasons, right? I mean, we all do. There's always new programs too. Like maybe somebody was like, oh, I hated autumn. I love when people vibe with certain trainers and not other ones. Like I don't vibe with this new guy, but anyway, I like him. He's great in his interviews, but just not the coaching or the training. But like somebody in the group the other day in Jericho's was like, I can't stand her. She's too positive. And I was like, don't you come for my girl. But then other people are like, I love autumn. I hate autumn. Like, it's so funny. I'm like, I don't hate any of them, but it's just funny when people like vibe with certain people, right? So that's why our job is always to try things and share things and just kind of be the advocate for what is going on. Not necessarily like I'm going to do the work, but I'm not going to probably enjoy it as much as I love Morning Maps on 100, right? But that's okay. I want to be able to like share this with people. So anyway, that was a tangent. If you guys don't have anything else, that's all I have. Take those tips, go send 5 invites. It can be really, really simple. 5 people who watched your story, liked something, maybe invite them to the free group, right? That's really easy. It's not stressful to invite to a free group, right? All right, guys, have a good night. If you have anything else that you need, just post in the page and let me know. Yes, let's do a picture. We're going to do a picture real quick. Yes, Shauna. I know there's children on here. I was going to say something but I'll say it to you privately. Okay. All right, ready? Picture. 1, 2, 3. I don't even know. I always I have to freeze myself for a minute before I let go of the button. Okay, I'll put that in the team page. Don't forget about the sneak peek. People can still watch the recording, and let's just keep this momentum going. We have a lot of things happening, and I love you guys, and I'm super proud of you. Let's keep going. Let's inspire heroes and spread the light. Bye, guys. Lead with love. Have a good week. Go send 5 invites. Bye.